Hey everyone, so to finish off our series on prayer, I want to give you 5 pieces of super practical advice on how to pray that I've gotten from books or talking with other people. They're not rules, just pieces of advice. So, number 1, pray first thing in the morning. Doing something in the morning, or especially first thing in the morning, is a good way of prioritizing something, whether it's prayer or anything else. It just gets it done. Also, praying first thing in the morning sets the mood for the rest of the day. It kind of gets you in that prayerful state of being. Number 2, make your times manageable. So don't make your goal to pray for an hour long. Maybe start with 5 minutes, and then once that gets easy, move to 10, 15, 20. We can all spare 5 minutes a day. And also, succeeding in our goals makes us want to do them more. So once you get really good at 5 minutes, you'll feel good about prayer and want to do 10, that sort of thing. Next, whenever you do decide to pray, whether it's first thing in the morning or sometime else, make it consistent. If you just pray whenever you feel like it or whenever you find the time, you're not often going to pray. It's best when we make things a habit and just make them consistent because we know it's coming up. It's just kind of scheduled in our minds, and it just always happens time after time. So first thing in the morning, at your coffee break, at your lunch break, whatever it is, just make it consistent. Next, try and find ways of praying throughout the day, mini prayers. So, do your prayer in the morning or whatever, but then pray mini prayers throughout the day. Some people like to post little Bible verses around their house to remind them to do that. I like to set little pop-ups on my phone that just come up 2 or 3 times a day, and it just says, pray, or God is present, or something to remind me. And then when I look at it, I just do a 2-second mini prayer to God, and I say, thank you for being with me today, and move on. And that just kind of helps you stay in that prayerful way of being, and it's not like long periods of time between each prayer that you do. Last but not least, piece of advice number 5, look up different ways of praying. Like literally go on Google and search different ways of praying, and just see what pops up. There's not just one way of praying where you just kind of sit down and ask for things from God, which is kind of what we normally think. There's contemplative prayer. There's Lectio Divina. There's reading a Bible passage until something pops out at you, and then pray about that thing that popped out at you. Get a newspaper. Pray through what you read. Bring up your friends list on Facebook. Pray for each friend. Journal your prayers. Go on a walk and pray for things that you see on your walk. Go into nature. Nature just helps us get in tune with God for some reason. There's a book called Praying in Color, where she talks about doodling your prayers. Anyways, take it all for what it's worth. Until next time, peace.